hear me? I think we're on YouTube. So let me see if I can get my dashboard up here for comments. Okay, I apologize. We have been working, I kid you not, since 5 o'clock trying to get online. So I'm really sorry. Big Bear Homestead says, do y'all get a lot of rain? No, we live in Colorado. We don't. The storms dance around us. Yeah, they dance around Mom and us too in Kansas. Okay, so we've only got another 40 minutes, so we're going to get right into it. We are doing a giveaway today. Yay! This is what we're giving away. Woohoo! All of our print books. We're going to give away 3 sets of all of our print books to our viewers. We have had huge responses to our live shows, and we are super excited, and we're very thankful to you for being there for us and for commenting on us, or for commenting and sharing with us. Over $70 worth of products, all of our print books, so stay tuned. In about a quarter till, I'm going to give how you can sign up for that. We are with the Homestead Network, and we're going live on Saturday every night at 6 p.m. if we can get it to work.
Saturday night, yeah.
Saturday night at 6 p.m. And then every day we're going live at noon. Today we are talking about kids and families getting on board. Dan asked us a specific question 2 days ago and said, how do I get my family on board with saving money and getting into a more frugal lifestyle? And then he proceeded to say, well, I'm not very good at doing it myself. So we were going to give Dan some tips to try and figure out, and we know this is a problem, getting spouses and kids on board. If that's a problem for you, let me know. Also, send us your questions, and we'll be happy to try and answer your questions with this kind of touchy topic. So, anyway, go for it, Mom.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Just kidding.
Well, the first thing you have to do is the parents have to be willing to be on board. I mean, you have to start doing all the things you should in order to get out of debt first. And that may mean sacrificing. And you're going to have to sacrifice before you ask your children to sacrifice things. You're going to have to sacrifice, and you're going to have to sacrifice more because they will resent you. If you say we all have to save money, and then they see Dad going out to go golfing, or Dad going and buy McDonald's, every day for lunch at work, and that type of thing, then they're going to resent that when you're asking them to give up something they want. So first of all, Mom and Dad, you get on board and you really try your very best and give up a lot. Another thing you can do is kind of a more practical thing. Now I'm talking about older kids. If you've got younger kids, you need to start them really young, and this won't be quite the situation. If you start very young, not giving them a candy bar or a toy every time you go to the store, they won't expect it or demand it. When they start school, if you don't have them in every kind of t-ball and music thing, and at a young age, they won't be expecting it. Yeah. But with teenagers, it'll be a little bit harder if they've been used to getting everything they want.
But you can still do it with teenagers.
You can. Well, yeah. I was going to say, it'll take a little bit more work, but you can do it. So I would sit down when you have teenagers, call a family conference. You make sure you're ready to do it yourself, though. Get that settled first. You might as well not even try. Sit down with the kids, tell them what you want to do. You might even have a basic list of your bills and where your money's going. Tell them the situation. Say why you want to start doing this. Ask for their input. Say, where can we save? Who's willing to give up what? And, some of them still might be a little upset with it, but you're going to have to just kindly, lovingly, don't get mad and angry. That doesn't help anything. Just say, this is what we may have to do. And then ask for the teenagers' suggestions. What can you give up? How can we do things different? Let them look at the water bill. Let them look at the electric bill. And you might even make it fun. Let's see if we can get this water bill down to such and such. by next month, and see how we do. And then include them when you get the water bill, show it to them, and have like a little celebration type thing.
Yeah.
Now, one thing too, I just went blank. we've been at a quilt show all day today, so I'm not thinking quite as fast.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that, you have to kind of everyone work together.
Yes.
And that's the hard part, is getting everyone on board. And, you can do some things like, okay, if we cut down our water bill by, $20 this month, I'm going to take that $20 and we're going to go buy pizza or whatever for the first month or two to kind of get people, get them on board and get them excited. Yeah. Or,
that's what I was thinking to say, is do it slowly. Don't say we're getting rid of everything. Now, if you're in a dire situation, nobody's working, you've lost all your income, that's a whole different ball game. But we're talking about just trying to work your way out of debt tonight. But start slowly. Don't expect them to give up every single thing immediately. Start doing one or two things, and slowly pick something.
Instead of eating out 5 nights a week, start out with 3 nights a week. Take that saved money, put it on your credit card, or, use it as a family treat or something. Mm-hmm. Say, you know what? If we can eat out 1 night a week instead of 4 or 5, then we're going to take that money and we're going to go to do whatever special, whatever's special for your family.
Another thing you could do also is find a set amount of money and give each child, if they're used to just buying anything, coming to you wanting money for everything and anything, then decide to give them, okay, this week we're going to give you $10, $20, I don't know how much, different families, it'll be different, and say, you have to make this last. Mm-hmm. For all the things you want for this week, you need to make this last. And mom and dad say, we're only going to take $15, or something like that. Let them see that you're sacrificing.
Yeah, and Southwind Technical Academy said, we decided to go cable free. We took the first 3 months worth of savings and took day trips once per month. After 3 months, they didn't miss the TV. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They have to be excited and have a reason to do that. And when you let the kids look at you paying the bills, they realize how much things are costing. Southwind Technical Academy also said, my husband likes to buy things, but he doesn't understand how much they cost. Let them look at you paying the bills.
The spouses need to do the bills together. Even if one's better than the other at doing it, they still have to sit down together and look at it together so they both know what's going on.
Yeah. And Rosemary says, how to eliminate skill-building activities like T-ball and something else that went past me.
There's a lot of other ways to build those skills without paying money for it. We never paid money to build our skills. It might take a little bit of your time to teach the kids, but that's part of the sacrifice,
Yeah. And when kids see that, it's like I'm trying to adjust. Oh, sorry, guys. That's what I get for messing with it. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to do too many things at once. When our kids went to the thrift store and realized they could get that, why is it reverberating? It's echoing.
Is it okay?
Okay. I did. I muted it. When our kids went to the thrift store and they saw that they could get that toy for $1, and then we went to Kohl's and saw the same toy for $40 or Walmart for $30, they were like, whoa, I didn't know it was that much. And so they really realize how much money it costs. And Betsy said, do you believe in giving kids allowances? Yes, we do.
You work to earn your money. If they work, and it's for, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that we believe in it because we think kids should have their own money to be able to spend so they can start understanding the value of the money. Our kids do not get any presents other than their birthday or Christmas from us. I don't buy them anything at the grocery store. I don't buy them at the thrift store. They don't get any toys. I'm a mean, horrible mother. And so when they want those items, then they spend their own money to get those items. I don't pay for it.
And they learn to save.
Yeah, they learn to save.
Save up for things.
And what we do is, until our kids are 16, and then they get a job, we pay them $5 allowance between the ages of about 5 and about 10 or 11. And then from 11 to 15 or 16, when they start working, then we will pay them $20 a month. That's all we give them. And it's enough, just enough for them to be able to spend on things that they want, the candy or toys or whatever that they want, but it's not so much that they're just rolling in dough,
And well, sometimes too, that's for the regular chores, helping around the house,
Mm-hmm.
doing things like that, mowing the yard or whatever. But if you're going to build a fence, if you need the fence painted, you can, to give them
Mm-hmm.
more motivation, incentive, say, if you paint the fence, I'll pay you, a small amount for doing a little bit extra work, not just the average normal.
And just keep a list of chores, extra things, washing the car, sweeping the driveway, sweeping the garage, extra things that you will pay them 50 cents a dollar or however much you think it's worth to do these things. And I don't pay them much more than, I don't even pay a minimum wage because they're not paying taxes on this money. So, you could do maybe, $4 or $5 an hour, I think is probably reasonable. So that would help them to learn the value of money.
Yeah. That's a problem. We aren't teaching the kids the value of money. We're not even learning it ourselves. We use our credit card when we go to the grocery store or Walmart or something, and I bet you most of you don't even look at what the receipt says on the amount or anything like that. You just grab the receipt, and you're maybe talking on the phone, you're messing with the kids, and they ring up and tell you how much it is, and you don't really hear it.
Yeah.
So you probably don't know how much you have. You've got to learn that yourself, and you've got to teach the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You can't keep control of your money if you don't know how much you're spending.
Mm-hmm. And Shaw Wright says, do you coupon at all? I don't coupon, but that would be a very good way for your kids to learn how to save money, is to have them go through and help you with the grocery list and have them match up the coupons to the grocery list and say, I'll give you the money that you save me I'll give you like half the money that you save me on the grocery bill. However you want to do it. How do you, Camille? I'm not sure how you say it, but how do you explain the siblings, there's a difference, why they get more or less? We do it by age. So the little ones do less chores than the older ones, and they know that. And so that's what we say, they're doing less chores than the other ones. They have to do it better than the other ones. We have higher expectations of the chores for the kids. The little ones, we let them get by with missing spots on vacuuming and stuff like that. So that's what we do.
And if you do all of this with the right attitude, with caring and loving, and they're not going to be jealous of each other. They'll understand that what's fair and what's not fair. The kids have a keen sense on what's fair and not fair.
Yeah.
So you'll be surprised.
Betsy wants to know, how many kids do I have? I have 5 kids. So 4 biological, one that's not biological. And so 4 of them we've raised from babyhood. But even, it's kind of funny, the one that came to live with us as a 15-year-old, she went from being an only child to being in a big family with 4 kids, and it was kind of a shock for her poor system. But what happened was she started learning real quick more of a value of money and how to do it. And now that, and now that she's working, she really values how much she has to work to pay for these things. And so it's really good for kids to do these chores. Nancy says, do you have a garden? I do have a very large garden, but I don't grow a lot of vegetables. I have a huge flower garden so that if I ever need vegetable garden for emergency, I will be able to tear out all my flowers and put in vegetables. But I do grow most of my vegetables in a planter. Let's see, Camille, that's what I'm having is jealousy. Well, yes, jealousy between the kids if one's getting paid more or the other. But as kids get older, they have more responsibilities. They are allowed to stay up later. They're allowed to do things more, and so it goes with age and being able to have
And
responsibility.
it goes with your attitude of teaching that jealousy is wrong, and if you do it, kids, I don't know. Sometimes the parents will do things that will cause a little bit of jealousy within the family. Maybe talking to more or spending more time with them. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you've got to weed out all those little things to make sure there's no jealousy.
Sherry wants to know, Mike, on Facebook, how do you budget your money? Can you put up a link to our family budget, please, for her? And we won't go into budgeting right now. We'll maybe make that another show, but I'll put that link up there so you can kind of read how Mike and I, this is not our current budget. I don't have our current budget on here. This is our budget from a few years ago, but it's the same system. We make a little bit more money now, not a ton, but we make a little bit more money. But you can see on there kind of how we do it. Let's see. Southwind Technical Academy says, our kids get jealous if one makes more than another. If my 10-year-old makes $450 one month and her 14-year-old sister only makes $300, they know that another month it may be the other way around. Yeah, kids learn.
They know.
That's the way it is, yeah.
If you keep casual about it and don't make a big deal out of it yourself.
Yeah.
Don't overreact to any of this stuff. Keep your emotions. We react emotionally. Do this logically. Don't do it emotionally. The parents have to stay calm. You can't get mad at the kids for being jealous. You have to just patiently tell them.
And on YouTube, Evan Leanne says, where's she getting questions? We are on Facebook Live and YouTube Live both simultaneously. Click on Living on a Dime on whichever one you want to go to. And if you want to ever see any of these broadcasts, we do keep them on YouTube for you to check out later. Let's see.
Well, one thing I'd like to say, too, when we were talking about the kids reacting to things, today was a perfect example of teaching your kids to save money, to not do the debt type thing, and what to do with their money. Tari's daughter went to a garage sale.
Well, first of all, okay, somebody asked, how did our craft show go today? So today I was selling my quilt show. I was selling my soap at the quilt show, and my daughter went along to help. It was so wonderful. But because the quilt show was the same day as the because of the quilt show, the town has a ton of garage sales. So my daughter had to go running off to check the garage sales.
And she came back just beaming. She couldn't even get it out fast enough how excited she was for what the good deals she got, how much she saved on clothes and different things. And she was just so excited. She couldn't tell us enough about it. And what the people don't realize, you're depriving your children, of something. She has confidence. She's what's the word I want? She just has the wisdom of what to do, but she felt so good about herself. Self-esteem, that's the word I'm wanting. She had really, she really felt good about herself and what she'd accomplished that day and what she'd done. By giving your children everything they want, you're not helping them to learn and feel good about themselves when they've done something successfully.
Yeah. And she went and she got 20 clothing items for $5. So she was super excited because she found all these clothes for $5. And not all of them worked, but she way more than got her $5 worth on that deal. And then she found a couple of presents for everyone. She found Mom a birthday present, and she found my grandfather a gift, and she found something else. Oh, she found Mike, which Mike's moderating, so I can't say what it is, but she found Mike a really cool Father's Day gift that he's going to love. And she found all this stuff at yard sales.
But she felt good about herself doing it.
Yeah.
She felt like she accomplished something and she was proud of it.
Exactly.
She should be.
Yeah, exactly. So this teaches your kids how to do these things in a practical way. Okay, so we've only got about 20 minutes left, so we're going to answer some questions. Let's see. Betsy wants to know, how do you pay your bills when you don't have enough money to cover your bills? Well, what you need to do is you need to start with the priorities first. Always pay your rent, house payment, whatever housing you need first. Always pay that. Then you'll work your way down to the next most important things. If you're working at a job, then pay your car insurance or your car bills if you need to drive and you can't walk to work or anything like that. So do those main necessities first. Then, if you're behind on other bills, call the company and explain that you are having financial difficulties and that you want
Make a schedule.
to make a schedule of a payment. If it's just $5 a month, give that to them. Bob, did you find? Okay, Mike put the sample of the family budget on Facebook if you're looking again. So call the companies and say, I can't pay my bills, but I want to work something out and work out, and then pay them. If you say you're going to pay them $5 a month,
make sure you do.
Then make sure you pay it. The second thing is sell any and everything that you can. If you have a car loan on your car, sell it and get something cheaper that you can actually afford and pay cash for.
If you don't have to have a cell phone for business, get rid of your cell phones.
If you're not, now some people do use cell phones instead of landlines now, and that's fine.
But get something inexpensive.
Yes.
You don't need the top of the line and
No.
the most expensive.
You don't need an iPhone and that kind of thing.
Also, watch what you're spending for water, for electricity for the next month, so you won't have even a bigger mess the next month.
Yeah.
Watch your utilities. Be careful of them.
Yeah. Go ahead and post your questions on here, and we'll try and get them answered. We're finding questions on both YouTube and Facebook. You can post them both on there. But Mike is only able to put links to our articles on Facebook. So several people have asked about chores. This week, I'm going to do a video on kids' chores and how we do them. So Camila says, should we expect teenager working to contribute to the house? My first-time teen, I love giving you good advice. Oh, thank you. Yes, well, sort of. So if it's a teen, what we expect is, no, let me rephrase this. What I grew up with was I paid my car insurance and my car bills when I was a teenager.
But if they're not paying rent to you or anything like that, then they can help around the house because that's their home too still, and they should do a lot of the chores helping with the family. If they pay you rent just like they would at a regular place, then you can back down and not expect anything.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of the financial thing.
Under 18, I don't think they should be paying rent. They shouldn't be paying food.
No.
That is your responsibility until they're 18. All of their fun stuff is paid for.
All their school activities is paid for.
Yeah, they pay for all their.
18.
They pay for all their school activities over 16. They pay for all of their car expenses, all of their going out, eating out with friends, anything they do like that with friends and that kind of thing.
I did basic clothing. I would buy them shoes and a certain amount for clothing bill. But anything they wanted extra above that, they'd have to pay for themselves. Yeah,
and now for our kids, we do pay their car insurance currently, only because for them to go to school, it is 25 miles away. And I don't want to drive them. And so we did go ahead and pay their car insurance. But once they turned 18, then we start having them pay their car insurance after they're out of high school. I have 2 that are out of high school, and they're paying their car insurance. Well, one is, the other one's not yet, but she's not 18 yet. So we're doing that. Let's see. Oh, wow, the questions are coming in fast. Okay, let's see. Yes, they need to buy all their own clothes. Let's see. We do a lot of bartering. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to read here. And, yeah, we pretty much have them all do their own clothes if it's anything above, the regular. Let's see. Evan Lee says, Mom bought the basics and I bought the fun. That's it. Yeah. It's not right for you to require your teenager when you're supposed to be responsible until they're 18 or out of high school to pay for, rent or those kinds of things.
But that doesn't mean you have to pay for the most expensive kind of clothes or the expensive anything.
Yeah. A Walmart pair of shoes is going to be okay. We haven't yet because our oldest just finished he became a drone pilot, which he paid for in cash by himself after high school. He went to drone school to get his pilot's license. And he earned the $15,000 to go to school to do that in cash. And the teacher said he's the first kid to ever do that, to pay cash. But we're giving him a couple of months, and then if he's still at home, he will be starting to pay us rent because he's an adult, and we will give them time to get started and that kind of thing. And Colorado is having a rent crisis now where rent is ridiculous. It's like $1,200 for a one-bedroom apartment here now. It's crazy. So we will give him, a little bit of grace, but he's going to start paying rent in a few months. Let's see. Never heard of drone school. Yes, there is a thing as a drone pilot's license. It's brand new. There's only one school in Wichita, happens to be, so he was able to stay with my brother. Okay, I'm going to tell you real quick how to sign up for the giveaway. I'm going to have Mike put a link to the store so you can see all the books. So this is the books that we're giving away. And we are giving away Dig Out of Debt, Dining on a Dime cookbook. This has over 1,200 recipes and tips in our cookbook.
And it's not just cooking recipes.
No.
We've got all kinds of cleaning ideas, homemade cleaning stuff, bath and beauty.
Yeah. This is our quick and easy menus on a dime. This is how we survive. These are the easy foods so that you don't eat out and you know what to eat really quick and easy. This is Penny Pinchin' Mama. This is 500 Ways Mom Lived on $500 a month and had 2 teenagers. And menus from Dining on a Dime. So this is $70 worth of books. We're giving away 3 of them, 3 sets. And what you need to do is go to livingonadime.com. Mike's putting the link on Facebook, and I'll put it in our YouTube in the end. And for livingonadime.com. And what you're going to need to do is go find an article and tell us, or go find an article, share it on some sort of social media. I don't care where you share it, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever. But find one of our articles and then come back and tell us what article you shared and where you shared it. And that will be your entry. And we will allow as many entries as you want. So if you want to do it 5 or 10 times, that's fine. We don't care. And then we're going to go through and we'll pick out the 3 winners, and we're going to send you all 3 a set of books. So go to livingonadime.com, find an article you like, and share it with your friends, please. Now, did anybody have any last questions? We've got about 10 minutes left. Brenda Collins, my daughter has been after me to write a cookbook. Don't.
No.
Okay, we've sold 350,000 copies, and it sounds really great, but we've been working at this 18 years, and there's a reason why they're called starving artists and writers, because it's a very difficult business to do. It's much easier now than, why not just tag them in their posts? Mike, can they just tag them in their posts?
What?
Susan wants to know, why not just have them tag you in their posts?
On the social media we have,
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, you can do that. Sure. I don't do tagging. Mike and the kids do. So, yeah, sure, Susan, go for it. That's fine. But it's a really hard business to get into. And even now with the internet, that makes it a whole lot easier. It doesn't make you rich real quick at all. Yeah, pretty much we've been doing this 18 years, and pretty much Mom and I have never earned an income from this. We've just done this just because we're crazy. And, we earn enough to live on our family, but Mike puts in all the hours behind the scenes. Mom and I are just here to look good. So, anyway, let's see. Any other questions? Okay, so let's see. So we have a couple of articles on our website for you to go check out if you're having problems with your kids. And Mike's going to put them in a link on Facebook.
We go into a lot of detail.
We go into a lot more detail. One is what to do when your adult kids won't leave home. That's a big problem. Another one is, are we depriving our kids if we're frugal? Are you getting those on there?
Which ones?
Mike's not paying attention. The ones in the email.
Depriving your kids. Are you depriving your kids? And what if your adult kids won't leave?
Dawn, did you have a question? You feel ignored. Maybe I missed your question. Give it to me again. It's scrolling through really quite fast because everybody's got so many comments. And let's see, what other articles did I put on there? Oh, how to organize your kids' toys. That's a little bit off topic, but I put it on there because it helps you put a perspective on how many toys your kids really need, and are they being overwhelmed with toys? So,
kids can get overwhelmed. Adults get overwhelmed with so much to choose from, and we're really hurting our kids by giving them so much because they can't process it.
Yeah, it's just too much for them to be able to do. So, yeah, so that's why I put those on there. All right, let's see. Do we have any credit cards? We do have credit cards, but we pay them off every single month, and we only use them for things like
I do it
Amazon,
for gas on a trip, something like that.
Yeah. We never carry a credit card balance, ever. We haven't carried a credit card balance since we paid off our debt and medical bills 5 years ago. I did use them to transfer our debt from card to card when it was 0% finance, and I did that. But we don't carry a debt.
Try to use cash. The best way to do it is because you actually see the money leaving your hand, and when you see that happen, it makes a big difference on your spending. Because you realize, okay, I just spent $100 cash. So, you can have one for emergencies and to use once in a great while, but use cash as much as possible. Yeah.
Southwind Technical Academy said, what is the name of that drone pilot school? I have no idea. All I know is that there's only one in Wichita. Do you know what it was?
It's AVX.
AVX.
Mike said he thought it was AVX something. And so it's only in Wichita and Phoenix, Arizona. So I do know that he had to go down to Phoenix for a week, and then he went to Wichita for 6 months. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. We've got 5 minutes left. And any other questions? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to read real quick here. Next, Mom is leaving tomorrow to go home to Kansas. Goodbye, Mother.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you're heartbroken.
But we will be doing Skype interviews with her, and we're going to try and get her set up. I don't know if it's going to work to do live shows also. And Denise wants to know, where do we tell you about what we posted? Please go put it on our YouTube page. That would be a little bit easier under this video. I see several people on here, and I'll write all your names down for the hat and put them in there. Alvin Lee says, somewhere over the rainbow. Yep, exactly. That's it. Someone wants to know what color of lipstick I use. I don't know. It's a New York color lipstick that I got at Walmart for $1. But thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Anybody else have questions? So this week, I'm going to try and do a couple of cooking videos and some, like how to make outdoor window washer, those types of videos. And I'm going to do kids' chores, and I might do a soap video. I'll see how it goes. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do this week. All right, I think we have 4 minutes left, so we will go ahead and sign out unless someone else has a real quick question. How long do we have to share the articles? Wise and Simple wants to know. You have 1 week. We're going to pick the winners a week from tonight. So you can put them on any of our YouTube videos between now and a week. And that will give you plenty of time, so don't go kill yourself right now. I know you're probably tired. what internet do we use? I think you mean what website do we use. If you go to livingonadime.com, find the article you like there. Go to youtube.com and tell me where you shared it and which article is how I want you to do that. And we are doing that because, let's see, Jessica, I have a question. Okay, go ahead, Jessica. We got about 3 minutes, so if you can get it put up there, I'll try to answer it. What was I talking about? Oh, Facebook and Pinterest changed how they do things. And so our traffic has dropped, and that means our income has dropped. And frankly, we weren't a lot to begin with. So we're trying to get our traffic up and getting more people out there to find us because, you know, we want to eat. Is that a good reason? Let's see. Can we place the things on our own face? Yes, you can put them on your own Facebook page for your friends and family to see. That's fine. Daylin, I think. And let's see. How do you keep, Jessica wants to know, how do you keep your kids from being jealous? Oh boy. You know, that's a hard one. You just kind of have to explain to them and not make it a big deal yourself when things like that happen.
That's the main
thing. You know, that's really hard when they're sick and they probably get more attention and have more things going on. But sometimes if you have the other kids help you with them, they feel
like they're
valued. Yeah, and they feel like they want to. All right, so please, if you're on YouTube and Facebook, well, yeah, you are there. What am I saying? Sorry, long day. Please check out Deep South Homestead next. Go to thehomesteadnetwork.com. He is on there, and you can click on and see his show coming up in 1 minute or 20 minutes if it's like us and he can't get on. But we're trying because all of us homesteaders or people who want to be homesteaders are wanting to share all of our information with you guys. So,
and thank you to everybody saying for me to have a safe trip home. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Especially because I usually break down.
Usually we have some sort of adventure. Yes. Well, all right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.